Hey, Cowboys Nation, this is Cowboys Wire News, your home for breaking news, smart analysis, rumors, and film room insights. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a snap. Let's talk America's team. There's a storm brewing in Dallas. And this time it's not about Dak Prescott or the offensive line, it's all about that defense. Baby! Word on the street is that Patrick Surtain, yes, the lockdown corner from Denver, is packing his bags and heading to Jerry World. Cowboys fans are already buzzing like bees in a hive because let's be honest, it's been a while since they had a true shutdown corner. Someone who makes opposing quarterbacks think twice before even glancing to his side of the field. Trevon Diggs brought the flash, the interceptions, and the swagger, but pairing him with Surtain, that's a whole different monster. It's a combination of precision and aggression, finesse and fury. The rumor mill says this move didn't come cheap, but if it's true, Dallas might just have built the best secondary in football overnight. Picture it, Diggs on one side, Surtain on the other, safeties patrolling deep, and Dan Quinn's fingerprints all over a defense that can suffocate you from every angle. The Cowboys haven't been this hyped defensively since the days of the Doomsday Defense, and now everyone's talking about what this means for the NFC. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the whispers coming out of the Star in Frisco, coaches smiling behind closed doors, teammates already texting each other like kids on Christmas morning. Patrick Surtain brings more than just talent, he brings attitude. He's calm, composed, and calculated. He doesn't talk much, but when he steps onto that field, his silence speaks volumes. In Denver, he was often left stranded, covering elite receivers with little help. Yet he still found ways to shut them down. Now imagine him in Dallas, with a front seven that can actually pressure the quarterback and a partner like Diggs, who thrives on turnovers. The synergy potential is off the charts. Insiders are saying this move was months in the making. A strategic power play by Jerry Jones to solidify a defense that's been knocking on the door of greatness. The Cowboys have always been about star power, and with Surtain, they've added a superstar who fits perfectly into their narrative of dominance and drama. The fan base, though, is divided not because they don't love the move, but because they can't quite believe it's real. Cowboys Twitter exploded within minutes of the first rumor breaking. Memes flying faster than Dak's spiral on a clean pocket throw. Some are already comparing Surtain to Deion Sanders, calling him prime time to .0, while others are pumping the brakes, reminding everyone that chemistry takes time. But let's be honest, you can't not get excited about this. A young, disciplined corner back in his prime joining America's team. It's a storyline tailor-made for the headlines. The defense was already elite, top 5 in several categories last season, and now it might just be otherworldly. The energy in Arlington feels different. Like the Cowboys aren't just chasing the playoffs anymore, they're eyeing the Lombardi. And speaking of the Lombardi, that's exactly where this move might take them. You can't win championships without defense. And the Cowboys seem to have finally accepted that truth. Offensively, they've had the weapons for years. Lamb, Pollard, Prescott, all capable of lighting up the scoreboard. But when push came to shove, in January, it was always the defense that had to make one more stop and couldn't quite do it. That's what Patrick Surtain changes. He doesn't just cover, he erases. His presence allows the safeties to take more risks, linebackers to blitz more freely, and corners to play with confidence. The ripple effect of adding a player like Surtain is massive. And it's the kind of move that sends a message across the entire league. The Cowboys aren't here to compete, they're here to dominate. Behind the scenes, there's talk that this deal came together in dramatic fashion, late-night calls, quiet negotiations, and a final push from Jerry himself. That's the thing about the Cowboys. Everything they do has flair. Surtain wasn't just another piece. He was the missing one. Sources suggest that Denver wasn't planning to let him go, but cap space and draft capital forced their hand, and Dallas pounced like a lion on fresh prey. The front office believes that pairing Surtain with Diggs will create one of the most feared defensive backfields in recent memory. Imagine opposing quarterbacks facing constant pressure while trying to find an open man against two of the best ball hawks in the league. It's no longer a defense you can pick apart. It's one you survive. If you're lucky, the locker room vibes are reportedly electric. Veterans are saying this is the best roster they've been part of in years, and young players can't wait to learn from a technician like Surtain. Micah Parsons, never one to stay quiet, allegedly told teammates, "Now they really can't throw on us," and he's not wrong with Surtain's precision. Diggs' instincts and Parsons' relentless pressure. This defense might just terrorize offenses in a way we haven't seen in decades. The Cowboys have flirted with greatness for years, always one step away from being complete, but this move, if the rumors are true, could be the final push that transforms them from contenders into champions. Now, let's dive deeper into what this really means for the Cowboys' identity moving forward. For so long, Dallas has been labeled an offensive powerhouse with a defense that could bend, but not always break. That narrative might just die with the arrival of Patrick Surtain. This is more than a personnel change, it's a cultural shift. It's Jerry Jones saying, "We're tired of moral victories." It's Dan Quinn sharpening the blade of a weapon that was already deadly. With Surtain locking down one half of the field, the Cowboys can play more aggressively, disguising coverages and baiting quarterbacks into mistakes. The defensive playbook expands instantly. Think about it. When you can trust one player to eliminate one receiver, the rest of the defense becomes free to roam, to confuse, to create chaos. That's what championship defenses do. This isn't hype, it's strategy, precision, and ambition colliding in one perfectly timed move. There's also the emotional layer, the swagger that comes when a team truly believes in itself. Cowboys fans have seen their fair share of heartbreak, from playoff collapses to missed opportunities. But this feels like something different. There's a quiet confidence spreading across the locker room, the kind that championship teams have before the rest of the world catches on. Surtain isn't loud or flashy. His confidence comes from preparation and execution. That kind of demeanor rubs off on everyone around him. Trevon Diggs, who thrives on instinct and risk-taking, now has a counterpart who brings balance. It's yin and yang, flair and discipline, the perfect blend for defensive dominance. Coaches are reportedly giddy, already sketching out new formations that could maximize both corners' strengths. Fans may not see it yet, but this move could redefine how modern defenses are built. Of course, every big move comes with big expectations. The Cowboys have been here before, hyped, celebrated, projected to go all the way, only to stumble when it mattered most. That's the haunting ghost of every Dallas season, promise followed by heartbreak. But what separates this year is the foundation. Defense travels, even when offense falters, and now, with Surtain, Dallas has a safety net that didn't exist before. They can win ugly games. They can shut down high-octane offenses. They can play chess while others play checkers. If Dak and the offense hold up their end, this could finally be the balanced team fans have dreamed of. Surtain isn't just CB1, he's the anchor of a movement, a symbol of a franchise returning to its roots, dominance through defense. Meanwhile, the rest of the league is watching closely, perhaps even nervously. In Philadelphia, in San Francisco, even in Detroit, analysts are recalculating matchups, wondering how they'll attack a defense this loaded. The NFC is suddenly a much scarier place, especially for quarterbacks who rely on quick reads and rhythm throws. Against Dallas, that rhythm will break. Pass rush collapses the pocket. Surtain takes away the first read. Diggs lurks for a mistake. It's a defensive nightmare. The idea that the Cowboys might now have a top 3 defense is no longer bold talk. It's reality knocking, and when Jerry Jones makes a move this big, it's rarely just for show. He wants rings. And this could be his best shot since the 90s glory days. But let's not overlook what this means for Surtain himself. In Denver, he was respected, admired. But the spotlight was dim now. Under the bright lights of AT&T Stadium, every play will be magnified, every interception will trend, every mistake will be debated on morning shows. That's the Cowboy effect. The world watches you differently. Yet, if there's anyone built for that pressure, it's Surtain. His father was an NFL star. He's been groomed for this stage his entire life. In Dallas, he won't just be playing football, he'll be shaping legacy. And if he delivers, if he becomes the final piece that turns the Cowboys' potential into power, his name will be etched into franchise history alongside legends like Deion, Woodson, and Lilly. So as the dust settles and the excitement continues to ripple across the NFL landscape, one thing is clear: the Cowboys aren't just building a team, they're building an empire. With Patrick Surtain as the new CB1, the secondary isn't just elite, it's terrifying. The fans can feel it, the media can sense it, and opponents will soon experience it firsthand. This is the dawn of a new era in Dallas, one defined by defense, swagger, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. For the first time in a long time, the Cowboys might not just be America's team. They might be the team no one wants to face, and if the stars align the way they seem to be, that long-awaited 6th Lombardi might finally find its home in Texas. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys up. Dates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. The excitement around this move hasn't faded. In fact, it's growing louder by the hour. Cowboys Nation is in full celebration mode. From the fans filling social media with highlight reels to the analysts breaking down how Surtain's coverage numbers fit perfectly into Dan Quinn's defensive philosophy. The numbers tell the story. Tight completion percentages, elite footwork, and a calmness under pressure that can't be taught. When you combine that with Diggs' ball-hawking nature, you get a pairing that forces offenses into panic. The whispers in the locker room are that practice sessions already feel different, more intense, more competitive. Like everyone knows they're part of something special. There's a certain electricity when great players arrive, and Surtain's presence has done exactly that. You can almost feel the Cowboys morphing into a team that finally understands its own potential. A team that believes defense wins championships, because now they have the kind of defense that truly can. Behind all the cheers and hype, though, there's also the quiet understanding that this season just became the defining one for Dallas. No more excuses. No more moral victories. Patrick Surtain wasn't brought in to make the playoffs. He was brought in to win the Super Bowl. Every player knows it. Every coach feels it. And Jerry Jones surely demanded it. This move raises the standard, setting a tone that echoes through every meeting room and practice session. It's not about being good anymore. It's about being great, with Surtain locking down receivers, Parsons wrecking havoc up front, and Diggs turning mistakes into magic. The Cowboys' defense looks like something out of a highlight reel. The balance between discipline and daring might finally tilt in their favor. The window is open, and the message is clear. It's time to seize it, and maybe, just maybe, this is the turning point. The one Cowboys fans will look back on and say, that's when everything changed. For years, Dallas has carried the weight of expectations and the scars of near misses, but now, there's hope that feels real, not forced. Surtain's arrival symbolizes more than just an upgrade. It's a declaration that this franchise refuses to settle for mediocrity. The Cowboys are stepping into a new identity. Fierce, composed, ruthless when needed. If the chemistry builds the way insiders predict, the league better take notice, because when that blue star shines this bright, it usually means something big is coming. And if the noise out of Dallas is any indication, Patrick Surtain might just be the missing piece that turns the Cowboys' dreams into destiny. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.